73% of middle-aged Americans spend hundreds of dollars on unnecessary things. Have you ever wondered if these habits are holding you back from getting rich? From takeaway coffee to trendy clothes, most of us fall into the trap of mindless spending. In this video, I'll reveal common shopping mistakes and practical tips to cut waste and boost your savings. Stick around until the end to uncover the secret that can change your financial destiny. 1. Buying extended warranties. After learning the hard way about spending money on things that seemed to protect my finances but actually drained my wallet, I started becoming more cautious of those sweet-sounding offers. And one of the most common financial traps that many people, myself included, have fallen into is buying extended warranties. It doesn't seem like a big deal, right? Just a little extra to get complete peace of mind. But the truth is, it's one of the most profitable tricks salespeople use, and most of the time, you don't even need it. I remember vividly when I bought my first motorcycle, a shiny red Yamaha DT100. The salesperson convinced me to buy an extended warranty package. It's only a few dollars a month, they said, and if something breaks, it's covered for free, saving you a ton of money. It sounded reasonable to me, and I thought I was being smart. But the reality hit hard. I paid the monthly fee religiously, but throughout my time using the bike, nothing significant ever broke down. And when I actually needed to repair a small part of the engine, they told me that's not covered by the warranty. A polite refusal, but I knew I had been fooled by my own fears. It wasn't until later that I discovered many electronics, vehicles, and expensive products already come with manufacturer warranties, no extra charge. Plus, if you pay with a credit card, most cards in the US, like Visa Signature or Amex, automatically extend the warranty by another year, free of charge, as long as you pay your balance in full each month. Think about it. How many times have you actually used an extended warranty? And when you did, was the process seamless? The truth is, companies design warranty terms full of loopholes, making it nearly impossible for consumers to claim their benefits. That's why Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors in America, once said, "The real risk is not in where you invest, but in not understanding what you're spending your money on." Learn to make your money work for you. Don't let it slip away just because of empty promises wrapped in the guise of security. Wealth starts with the right mindset, and the right mindset knows how to say no to unnecessary expenses. When you can control small expenses like this, you'll gradually gain the ability to make smarter decisions with the bigger ones. Wealth doesn't come from one giant leap. It's built from wise steps along the way. 2. New car, the killer of financial freedom. After learning how to stay away from those soft traps like extended warranties, small expenses that quietly drain your funds, I began reflecting on my bigger financial decisions. And nothing screams financial impulsiveness more than buying a new car. It sounds tempting. The new leather smell, the shiny dashboard, the solid thud of the door closing. But the truth is, new cars are one of the silent killers of financial freedom for many people. Let's be honest, most people don't buy a new car because they truly need it. They buy it because they want to look successful, to have others think, "Wow, he must be doing really well." But in exchange for a few fleeting looks of admiration, they sign up for years of payments with interest, depreciation, and never-ending fees. I almost fell into this trap. When my income started to stabilize, I had the idea of buying a brand new black sedan. But then I stopped and asked myself, do I really need this, or is it just to prove something to others? And I made the smarter choice. I decided to buy a new car only when I could afford it with passive income and only when it was truly necessary. Did you know that by buying a quality used car, you can save 40 to 50% of the value compared to a new car just after 1 to 2 years of use? The car still runs well, still gets you from point A to point B, but your wallet is protected. Let's do a quick calculation. If instead of paying $500 a month for a new car loan, you invested that money into an index fund like the S&P 500 with an average return of about 10% per year, in 30 years, you'd have over $1 million. That's not some far-fetched theory, it's simple math. As Dave Ramsey, the famous personal finance author, once said, "The car you drive doesn't define who you are. What defines you is how you manage your money." And I wholeheartedly agree. Not everyone needs to chase flashy appearances to prove something. Warren Buffett, who was once the richest man in the world, still drives an old Cadillac he bought years ago. Why? Because he understands the value of freedom, not just on the road, but in personal finances. Remember, the new car might make you feel successful for a brief moment, but the car you don't have to take out a loan for, that's the true symbol of independence and wisdom. 3. Junk stocks. After realizing how massive expenses on a new car could rob me of the financial freedom I longed for, I started reevaluating my investment choices. And that's when I had to confront another mistake. This time, it wasn't about spending, but about greed. I'm talking about something that sounds enticing: penny stocks, or as I like to call them, junk stocks. At first glance, they seem like life-changing opportunities. A stock worth just a few cents, if it doubles or triples in price, you could make 100% profit. These numbers sound like sweet music to anyone dreaming of a shortcut to wealth. But you know what? Behind that enticing facade lies an extremely risky gamble where players are often prey to professional predators. I once participated in the penny stock market, and at times I won. Yes, I really won. I made a few $100s, and my account soared in just a few days. The feeling was no different from hitting the jackpot. But like all gambling games, winning once only makes you crave a return to the betting table, and the next time I lost everything. Over the long run, statistics show that the average return of penny stocks is minus 30%. That means out of every 10 participants, 7 will inevitably lose, not because they're less intelligent, but because the market itself is rigged. A few sharks can easily pump up the price and then dump their shares, leaving the crowd with worthless scraps of paper. Look at the most successful investors, like Warren Buffett. He has never gambled on junk stocks. His investment philosophy revolves around long-term value, not luck with unknown names. And clearly, he didn't get rich through chance. He got rich through discipline, patience, and strategy. Mark Cuban, the famous American billionaire and one of the main investors on the show Shark Tank, once said, "I'd rather invest in myself than throw money at stocks I don't understand." And he's right. Your money should be invested in things you can control and understand, not thrown into a disguised gamble. If you're thinking about penny stocks as a shortcut to wealth, stop. What truly helps you prosper is not a quick hit to get rich, but knowledge, patience, and the ability to say no to short-term temptations. You deserve a solid financial future, not a game of chance you can't control. 5. Eating out frequently, the money-draining habit. Surely you've heard the saying, "Money isn't everything, but without money, you can't do anything." And one of the expenses most of us don't realize is slowly draining our finances is eating out. The reality may surprise you. On average, an American spends over $3,000 a year eating out. That's no small sum, yet few of us realize we often spend on unnecessary meals just to satisfy short-term needs. If you're doing this, stop and take a look at the facts. Sure, eating out frequently has its conveniences. You don't have to worry about cooking, cleaning, or menu planning. But when you look at it from a broader perspective, you'll see that cooking for yourself is not only more economical, but also much healthier. In fact, you can control exactly what goes into your body, improving your health and avoiding greasy, pre-packaged foods. Imagine a family dinner at home without worrying about money or time. You can cook your favorite dishes, try new recipes, and enjoy an intimate atmosphere. This feeling cannot be bought with money. Another aspect few people consider when dining out is alcohol. We often enjoy a drink to set the mood, but few realize that alcohol not only drains your motivation, but also affects your productivity and the quality of your sleep the next day. The following day, you feel sluggish, lacking energy, and your work performance suffers. Clearly, no one succeeds with this habit. Looking at great leaders like Elon Musk or Warren Buffett, you'll see they spend most of their time working, reading, researching, rather than socializing over drinks with friends. They don't let these fleeting moments disrupt their work and future. It's these small decisions that have helped them achieve extraordinary success. Indeed, successful people don't waste time on drunkenness and its aftermath. They understand that every minute is precious and must be focused on long-term goals rather than chasing short-term pleasures that can slow progress. So, instead of spending thousands of dollars on eating out, why not cook a healthy, cost-effective meal yourself? A simple habit like that can make a big difference in managing your personal finances and quality of life. 5. Expensive gifts, the waste in friendship. If you're on a journey to build your personal finances, there's something I want you to think about carefully. True friendship doesn't require expensive gifts. We often have the habit of giving gifts to friends to show our affection, but sometimes we forget that love, care, and connection are what really matter. Expensive gifts are just outward expressions. The true value of a relationship lies deep in the heart. I once fell into this trap, thinking that only luxurious gifts could show my affection for my close friends. But then I realized that those gifts could never replace the time, sharing, and precious moments I spent with them. Gifts are not the measure of friendship's value. A sincere congratulation, a joyful evening together, or small but meaningful gestures, that's what truly strengthens a friendship. Think of a very practical example. Billionaire Warren Buffett. He's famous not only for his investment wisdom, but also for his simple and frugal lifestyle. Despite having billions of dollars, Warren Buffett has never blindly splurged on luxury items. He always prioritizes investing in things that offer long-term value. This not only helps him maintain his personal finances, but also proves that you don't need to waste money to be truly rich. When you're striving to build your financial foundation, there's one very important thing. Prioritize investing rather than spending on unnecessary things. Investing in yourself, in knowledge, skills, or even opportunities to increase your income in the future will bring long-term benefits, rather than gifts with only immediate value. You may have a lot of money in your account, but just because you have money doesn't mean you have to spend it. Always remember that true wealth doesn't come just from the money you make, but from how you manage it. Wisdom in spending and investing will help you grow more sustainably both in life and in your career. So, if you're feeling pressure to give expensive gifts to maintain a relationship, stop for a moment and think. Friendship and love don't need to be tied to material things. It's your sincerity and your presence in each other's lives that create the true value. 6. Hotels, a travel expense you can save. I want to share an interesting story about how to save money on trips, something many people might not think about. Have you ever wondered why hotel costs take up such a significant portion of your travel budget? While traveling can offer you incredible experiences, when you pay for a night in a luxurious hotel, you're also paying for a lot of things you don't need. For me, I've been in that situation until I realized there were great ways to save while still having memorable trips. Imagine this. Instead of spending hundreds of dollars a night on a hotel room, you could save a significant amount by staying in different places. You could sleep in your car, borrow a friend's house, or, even simpler, camp and enjoy the outdoors. I still remember the first time I decided to transform my old truck into a mobile home. Everyone thought I was crazy for doing it, but for me, it was a wise decision. I refurbished the old truck, adding a bed, a small kitchen, and a simple but cozy living space. As a result, not only did I save thousands of dollars on hotel costs, but I also had an amazing experience: freedom, flexibility, and independence. Think about successful entrepreneurs like Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin Group. He once lived on an old yacht before building his business empire. For Branson, saving money isn't about limitation. It's a way to open up opportunities and experience life in creative ways. Not spending lavishly helped him build a strong financial foundation and focus on bigger goals. I saved over $10,000 in 1 year by staying in that refurbished truck, and every time I think back, I feel proud of that decision. By not splurging on hotels, I was able to invest in other business opportunities and, more importantly, enjoy the journey without worrying about the costs. If you're planning your next trip, try thinking about ways to reduce your hotel expenses. You'll be surprised at how creative solutions can help you save a lot of money while still having amazing experiences. This kind of saving doesn't just help you control your finances, but it also gives you the chance to explore the world in a completely new way. Traveling is about the experience, not about draining your wallet. 7. Shopping for passion when emotion controls your wallet. Have you ever felt like an easy target in the game of temptations? Surely there's been a time when you've asked yourself why, whenever passion takes over, your wallet gets thinner, right? The truth is, passion can be a great motivator, but if you don't control it, it can lead you straight into the trap of reckless spending. I've been there. I remember a time when I had an intense passion for remote control models. Every month, I spent a significant amount of money buying new models, even though I never really had time to play with them. I was simply caught in the wave of emotions, wanting to get new things to satisfy a fleeting passion. But then, when I looked back, I realized I wasn't getting anything from those items. Passion is great, but only when it doesn't take over your entire financial life. Take successful entrepreneurs like Elon Musk, founder of Tesla and SpaceX. He always encourages people to invest in their passions strategically. Musk turned his passion for technology and space into a solid source of income, not just spending. When you turn your passion into a job, you're no longer just spending money on hobbies, you're building an empire. The way Musk made ambitious projects successful is a clear example of how you can not only spend money, but also make money from what you love. Over time, I changed my approach to my passion. Instead of spending money on expensive items, I started repairing, upgrading, and reselling used remote control models. Not only did I save money, but I also earned a decent amount from recycling them. With the spending rule I set, only up to 5% of my income would go to personal hobbies, which helped me maintain my personal finances while still satisfying my passions. What's the lesson from this experience? Passion can become a source of income instead of just an expense. Try applying this principle in your life. If you have a passion for something, don't just spend money on it. Find a way to turn it into an opportunity to earn. For example, if you love playing instruments, instead of just buying new ones, consider teaching lessons or making videos sharing techniques. Passion can lead you to success as long as you know how to turn it into a source of income instead of just an unreciprocated expense. How you view and manage your passion can change your financial life. Don't let emotions lead you down the path of reckless spending. Turn passion into an opportunity for financial growth and open new doors for your career. 8. Subscribing to unnecessary services, the silent thief. Have you ever noticed that a small amount of money, seemingly harmless, can quietly drain your assets without you even realizing it? Have you ever asked yourself why you're paying for a service you never use? This is the trap of subscription services, things we think are harmless, but which silently steal from us every day. Every year, Americans spend $34 billion on services they never use. These are invisible costs, like little ruts in the flow of your finances, causing you not to notice. These services might include cable TV packages, gym memberships, or even apps you've long forgotten. The subscription model plays on the simplicity of paying just a few dollars a month. But did you know, when you add it all up over the year, it can amount to thousands of dollars? I used to be a victim of this trap. Every month, I subscribed to online movie streaming, Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, and several others. Each service seemed insignificant, just a few dollars a month, but when I added them up, it came to more than $100 a month. And the worst part was, I wasn't even using all of them. Those mindless subscriptions caused me to miss out on important investment opportunities. This story might remind you of successful entrepreneurs like Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, who's always focused on efficiency and cost control. Bezos never let Amazon waste a cent on activities that didn't bring real value. By focusing on cutting unnecessary costs, he turned Amazon into one of the world's largest companies. That's why when you control those small, unnecessary costs like unused subscriptions, you're following the path of successful people. Reflecting on my habits, I decided to make a change. Instead of spending money on expensive movie subscription services, I began hosting movie nights at home with friends, taking advantage of free services or those with lower fees. The truth is, you don't need to spend a lot to have fun and enjoy life. What I needed was control, not waste. If you don't want your finances to be silently attacked, start reviewing the services you're subscribed to. Just because a service seems cheap each month doesn't mean you can ignore it. Don't let those small, unnecessary expenses eat away at your financial independence. Learn to control these subscriptions and only keep the ones that truly add value. Financial management isn't just about earning money, it's also about controlling spending. When you master those seemingly insignificant expenses, you'll find that saving and investing become much easier. So, we've broken down 8 things you need to stop buying now to get rich. The biggest takeaway here isn't just about cutting expenses, it's about shifting your mindset. Every dollar you choose not to spend on impulse buys or unnecessary luxuries is a dollar you can invest in your future, your skills, or your peace of mind. True wealth isn't just about how much you earn, but how wisely you manage what you have. It starts with small, intentional choices every single day. If this video sparked a new thought about your spending, let me know in the comments. What's one habit you're ready to ditch?